In this video, I'm going to look at the reasons why going cashless as a society is a really bad idea. This idea has been around for quite a while, and people saying that we should go cashless. A lot of them have been bankers and people involved in the financial services industry. Big surprise there, because every time you make a payment with a debit card or credit card, the retailer has to pay the bank and the card company and the service provider for clearing the payment all get a commission. The banks, of course, have never liked cash. Just like checks, they're a cost to the bank. The banks have been rationalising their branch network. They've been closing down as many bank branches as they can. They've also been getting rid of ATM machines as fast as they can because they cost them money, and they much prefer people transacting their business through card payment and electronic payments because it reduces the cost of them doing business. It's actually, they don't need any more cost reductions. They make a fortune. Banks make between 12 and 16% profit. They're one of the most profitable types of industry out there. The best argument in favour of a cashless society is to prevent crime and to prevent criminals using cash. But ultimately, criminals have a problem is they can't have unexplained wealth, so they have to be able to launder the money somehow. So I don't see it being a big major issue that everyone has to give up cash because of criminals using cash. It's a bit like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. And of course, card payments and electronic payments lend themselves to fraud, and more people are being targeted by fraudsters and victims of fraudsters nowadays. So here are my list of reasons why it's important that we have the right to use cash. There's charges on all credit card and debit card transactions. These are very real for businesses, particularly small businesses. There's no privacy. All the transactions that you have with your cards and electronic payments are recorded. The technology is not 100% reliable. No technology is. You could be in a regional area and the electricity could go down because of a storm. There might be problems with the broadband, or the card company or the bank might have problems with their IT system. But there can be technical problems from time to time that will affect you using the card, might prevent you from using the card, and of course cards can get damaged too and not function properly. Not everyone is able to use technology. The elderly and people with an intellectual disability may struggle using card payment systems, particularly accessing online bank accounts and other technology. Cards can be cancelled by the bank if they suspect that there's suspicious activity on them. This can affect people travelling abroad. Negative interest rates. This is a very big issue. Negative interest rates cannot be applied to savings if the savings can be withdrawn as cash. In a cashless society, money can only be spent is the only way of withdrawing it from the bank. You cannot withdraw electronic currency and store it at home. So you either pay the negative interest rate or you spend the money. You can't avoid paying negative interest rates. In Japan, when they introduced negative interest rates, they all bought home safes and they didn't pay the negative interest rates. They withdrew their money from the banks and put it in their home safes. There are a large number of cards on the market, and businesses may not accept the card you're using. This is a particular problem when people travel abroad. As a consumer, I should be entitled to a choice in how I pay. Particularly, there should be a right to use cash. I made this video because there's very little information out there about the implications of going cashless, and there's certainly very little information out there about why cash is still important.